welcome to Johnson's Journeys, Season 7, Episode 10. Today we've got two more games from the Championship group. We play Standard and then Beveren. If you missed the last episode, which was the first two games of the Championship group, you can see in the top corner we lost to Genk 2-1 and then we drew with Anderlecht 1-1. Still haven't won in the league for, I think it's 7 games now or something like that. So it's massively important that we win. Well, we could do with winning every game now for the rest of the Championship group. Whether we can do that or not, who knows, but that's what we need to do if we've got any chance of climbing back to the top of the table. We are only 3 points behind Genk, so all we need to do is, as I say, win every game. Starting today with Standard. The team, a couple of changes. Well, the last episode I dropped, who did I drop? Melina and TriStar, but they've come back in. Rick keeps his place ahead of Sanchez. Sanchez is just back from injury, but Rick came in and scored an absolute wonder goal in the last game, so he just gets the nod, and Saint-Maximin gets the nod ahead of Deprez. The rest of the team is as you were. I have dropped the Claw and Lopez slightly back from complete wing backs to just full backs on attack. I think it leaves us a little bit too exposed if they play as complete wing backs. I think that would work better if we had a defensive midfielder. But what with us only having central midfielders, I think they're better on full back attack. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, hopefully we can overcome Standard and Beveren today, and put us right back on track for our title challenge, which the wheels have come off recently. But yeah, no, I was just looking through the players before the game, sort of their stats, their ratings and stuff, and on paper it's, you know, we've built a really good little team here. Obviously the team is very young. That's probably a downfall. Well, it's good and bad. Like, obviously it's great for the future, like if we can keep hold of them, but for the moment they lack that experience. There are experienced players chucked in there for good measure. You know, Wouters is like 26, so he's arguably one of them. Sasa, I think, is 28, and is our captain, so he, you know, he's experienced. Saint-Maximin is like 25, so he adds a little bit to it as well. And although players like Alexiev, who else? Well, yeah, Alexiev is a good example. He's only 22, but he's got like 5 seasons worth of first team football under his belt. So, but yeah, like I forget, you know, that players, you know, TriStar is only like 20, Rick is 21, Molina's 20, the Claw's like 21, I think, Krasilnikov's 21, Lopez is 22, and even on the bench, you know, all the options off the bench are very young as well. So, but even for saying how young they are, their stats are really good. So I think it's just morale at the moment. That's all it is. These recent defeats have, you know, had a knock-on effect. So if we can get a couple of wins, I think we'll be right back on track, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see. See how we go. Nothing happening really in this game so far. Pretty even in terms of the match stats. I'd say we're probably slightly on top. But we haven't done anything of note just yet. As we approach half time. And it's just getting the guys G'd up, you know, get their confidence boosted. Wouters is breaking it. Saint-Maximin down the right, ball in to TriStar or to Alexiev. Yes, that's just what we needed. Great bit of play from Saint-Maximin, pretty much from the halfway line, I think. Beats that man there. Great ball across to the back post, and Alexiev again popping up with an important goal. He's been doing a lot of that recently, and that does put us back top of the table temporarily. Genk aren't playing today, but if they head into their game with us sat at the top of the table, then that puts all the pressure on them, so that's always good. And Standard have just gone down to 10 men just before half time, so that's also great stuff. And yeah, things are going well, but you're capable of even better. We'll have to keep an eye on some of the players who are struggling for fitness. Hrick is one of them. TriStar's also having another average game, although he's nearly scored straight from the restart. Another direct bit of play from S07 and TriStar, well, his effort was just tipped wide. That's a great start to the second half. Lopez now down the right, but nothing comes of it. We've got some good options off the bench. As I say, Sanchez is just back from his injury, so expect him on for Hrick in a minute. Mauro Matthew, although he's not been performing for us, is still a great player on paper, so he is going to make his way on. I'm also going to change him to his natural poacher, see if that makes any difference for him. We paid big money for Matthew, so I sort of need him to start to shine. But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna leave everyone else out. That Matthew is now injured, so that's great. I'm gonna have to get Poirier on. Not his natural position as a striker, but I suppose he'll have to do. Hopefully that's not serious for Matthew. I was planning on giving him, well, I mean, it's another game for TriStar where he hasn't scored, so my thinking was going to be that Matthew was going to get a little run in the side, but depending on that injury, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we are into the last 10 minutes, and it looks like we're going to just about scrape a victory here. We haven't done much ourselves, but Standard just haven't been in the game, so I think we just about deserve the 1-0 victory. We are pushing here though, trying to get a second. Hopefully we don't get exposed. S07, ball in, try again. Poirier, tackled, and they clear, and that's the final whistle. Not a flashy performance, but a vital win. Hopefully that salvaged the morale and can get us back to winning ways. We'll just see how long Matthew is out for, and then we'll get to the second game of the episode against Beveren, and hopefully we can keep the, well, not keep the form going, because when he's got it back, but come on. We'll also have to keep an eye on the other games. Genk play later today. Not sure who they've got. They may well have Anderlecht. I don't think they've played each other yet. That's also an important game. Sort of a rock and a hard place kind of situation, because we need Genk to lose. But we also don't really want Anderlecht to win, because they're not too far behind us. Ideally we want Genk to slip up to someone else, but that probably isn't going to happen, so as long as we do our job and keep winning, then we can afford to let Anderlecht win. But, you know, Matthew's out for 2 weeks. Hrick's also out. Strained wrist. Let's leave him to the physio, because we've got Sanchez back now. Right, so we've got 8 days until the next. Okay, we're back for the second game of the episode against Beveren. In the gap, quite a lot's happened actually. Anderlecht played Genk, and they did us a favour and beat them 4-1. Anderlecht have since won another game, I believe. Yeah, they beat Standard 2-1. And Genk drew with Ghent, so that puts the table, as you can see there. Anderlecht are now top. They're a point clear of Genk, and then we are third with 38 points. But obviously, if we beat Beveren today, then we go back top with 41 points. Ghent aren't too far behind us either. So yeah, it's getting quite interesting as we near the halfway stage. Oh, someone's mowing. Interesting. This is the team then. So we've got Debussy in goal, Lopez, Krizilnikov, Wouters in the claw, Sasa and Molina, Alexiev, St. Maximin, Sanchez is back. Hrick obviously with that injury that he got in the last game, and TriStar leads the line. So yeah, hopefully we can get another win, take us back to the top of the table. That should be what happens. Beveren are currently bottom, so it should be no drama, no fuss, a routine victory, as was the standard one, just a 1-0 win. That does the job. That's fine by me. Players sort of getting back to form. TriStar isn't in form at all, but luckily Alexiev, St. Maximin, they've been playing very well, contributing goals. So yeah, hopefully we can, as it says there, give the fans a performance they deserve. We've been top for so much of this season that it'd be so disappointing if we were to bottle it at this late stage. So yeah, you know, let's go out there and smash it. Early chance, Alexiev, Wouters, Krizilnikov, come on, there it is, his 4th goal of the season. He's been a good signing, Krizilnikov, actually. I was a little bit concerned about spending, I think it was about 17 million on him, but no, he's slotted in and formed a good partnership with Wouters. I think he's contributed, I think that said it was his 4th goal of the season, and we haven't conceded tons of goals, so and he himself, I think he's only 21, 22 maybe. So yeah, no, I'm happy with him. He was one of the better signings of the summer. Molina, Wouters, and they clear it. Helder Silva now, but nothing comes of it. The pre-match media was taken up by it being Poirier's return to Beveren. I'd forgotten that was where he'd played before. So barring a world-class performance from Molina, then Poirier will almost definitely be on at some point. It's got to be done, hasn't it, against his former club? So, but no, we've made it to half-time. Just a 1-0 lead. Not surprising to see that TriStar having a very average game in terms of his rating. Very kind of concerned about him. I don't know, is he just sort of exhausted? Has he played, because he hasn't even played as many games as last year. Obviously he had that time out with the injury. Whether that's what's affected him, I don't know. He has scored a couple since he came back, but nowhere near as many as he did before. Or maybe he's missing Reece Nelson. I don't know if that's what it is. I know they had a very good partnership, but St. Maximin's been not too bad. And Alexiev has still been, well, he's still there, so I don't know, it's strange. We need him back firing on all cylinders if we're going to secure the league title, but hey ho. Poirier, as I said, is now on for the last half an hour. Hoping he pops up with a goal. That'd be great. Krizilnikov out there, but picked up by Beveren. and they are coming forward, and oh my Christ, Bruno Costa has scored an absolute belter from 30 yards. Just absolutely pile drived it past Debusa. No chance with that whatsoever. We're going to have to go attacking, and I don't know what else we can change because we don't have many attacking players on the bench. We're struggling with a few injuries. We're low on wide players. Right, Kevin Matthew, on you come, son. And Deprez, I guess, can come on for Alexiev. St. Maximin on the other side. Kevin Matthew is purely on because of that. His last minute heroics. Let's do a team talk. Assertively demand more. There's a highlight here though. Deprez down the right nearly beat his man. Sasa to Sanchez, out to Deprez, nodded on but there's no one there. Sec clears. Now they're coming forward. Bruno Costa, not from there. Oh God, Lopez with the tackle went across the goal, but the claw manages to deal with it. Sanchez loses out there, and they come forward again. Costa, Olivier. Oh God, no! It's 2-1. Oh, what has happened? Right. Why is it not letting me change anything? Instructions: overload, pump the ball, go route 1, shoot on sight, run at defence. More risks, very fluid, higher line, fairly wide, be more expressive. Okay, we've gone overload. This is your moment, Kevin Matthew. You love a late goal. Sanchez, Matthew. Oh, Samba saves. I thought that was going to be it. Can we salvage the draw? Poirier's on the corner. Krasilnikov. Matthew, what are you doing? Oh, you had all the time in the world. Is there one last chance? Krasilnikov's there. Deprez, go with it. Go with it. Poirier. That's one of the worst balls I've ever seen, but Sasa deals with it. Maximin. Oh, Matthew just couldn't quite get there, and that's full time, and we've lost to Beveren. Oh God, what is going on? Hey look, we lost 2-1 away. What a surprise. So now we're 2 points behind Anderlecht again, which is, we could have been top. Just like shooting ourselves in the foot, don't we? Not making this easy for ourselves. I thought we'd got back to form. If a draw and a win is form, then that says it all, doesn't it? Well, another interesting episode. God, it's horrible. We've got the next game against Ghent, which is now massive because if they win, then they go on level points with us. And then it's back round to, I don't know if it's Genk then Anderlecht or the other way around, whatever, but oh God, my heart can't take it. Another defeat, great stuff. Let's look at the, what's it? Yeah, it's Ghent and then Anderlecht next episode, so make sure you're back for that one. Look at that form, awful. Loss, draw, loss, 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 draw, win, loss. Rubbish. Johnson out? I don't know. Right, we'll see you next episode then. Thanks for watching.